And race number 9 of the Snickers Cup Series is ready to be run here at Darlington Raceway as we cap off the Salute to Amp 88 Go Dale race weekend with the Salute to Amp 88 Go Dale 400. We have a rather interesting front row. Philip Stiller comes in 38th in the standings. He's on the pole for today's race. John Dillon, we saw him last week at Infineon. He's back this week. He comes in 43rd in the standings. So both these guys had to race their ways in, and now they find themselves on the front row for today's race. So obviously being outside the top 35 can have its advantages, but obviously these guys want to have a good top 5, top 10 run today to get closer to being inside the top 35, so they'll make every single race. Show you the rest of the starting lineup. We got Ben Stern. He'll start in the 3rd position. He actually comes in 6th in the standings. We haven't talked much about him all year long, and yet he's been having some pretty consistent runs in that Blue Deuce. And then we got Brandon Gonzalez. He's visited Victory Lane this year already. He comes into this race 31st in the standings. So he has been able to make his way into the top 35 in the standings in just the short time that he has been here. Then it's Patrick Scroggins. He'll start off in 5th, and Timmy Pacioli will start off 6th. 7th will be James Bald. 8th will be Daniel Schwab. 9th is going to be Alex Filter, and 10th will be Noel Stiller. Noel Stiller, we haven't talked much about him all year either, and he almost won at Infineon, but he is only 5 points behind Lisa Shears for the points lead. Then we got Logan Wilson and Anthony McCrory. Then it'll be Mark George and Adam Rose. Then Robert Bann and Ray Wilson. John Worry and Matt Smith. Anthony Notter and Paola Gonzalez. Doug Shears and Arnold Columbia. Christian James and Sean Galligan. Matthew Rodriguez and Martin Zakala. Andrew Gonzalez. And this says Jake, it'll say Jake Berg on the finishing order, but this actually is Matt Berg, his brother, filling in for him. Jake Berg sustained an injury while practicing at the Iceberg Speedway, and so he will probably be in the car. We're getting word that he will probably return by race 15, midway through segment 2 of the series. So our best to Jake, but his brother Matt going to be taking the wheel in the Home Depot Toyota here today. Then we got Alex Bann and Angel D'Souza, Vincent Marsh and Adam Chambers. Lisa Shears, our points leader, starting again near the back of the pack, and obviously this car is good during the race, but not so good during qualifying. Jake Cole will start to her outside. Then it's Brian Fleener and Connor Breton, Steve Marsh and Kenny McCrory, Wyatt Johnston and Noah Kars, Chad Skinner, who took the win last week in an amazing fashion. He, in the 66, are starting on the inside of the final row and making his return, finally, racing his way in. He's been outside the top 35 for quite a long time. Nick Eggleston back, and he's driving the number 97 Extends Toyota for the rest of the season. So he'll look to get a good finish today, maybe get some good points and be in the top 35 when we leave here today. Right now, I believe he is, from what I'm seeing, he's about 40, no he's not, he's 39 points out of the 35th position. So he will probably have to get a win here today in order to get into the top 35, but nonetheless, it can be done. So let's go down for the command to fire the engines, and then we're going to give you your top 12 right now to watch here at this race. Here's the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, so here's the way the top 12 looks. Lisa Shears has still been able to hold on to the points lead. Noel Stiller is 5 points behind in 2nd. Then you got to go a long ways down before you find Christian James in 3rd and Matt Smith in 4th, Noah Kars in 5th. Those three are only separated by 2 points, so that will be probably where we'll watch a good battle between James, Smith, and Kars. Then Ben Stern is 6th, Adam Chambers is 7th, Angel D'Souza is 8th, Timmy Pacioli 9th, Anthony McCrory is up to 10th, Wyatt Johnston is 11th, and Vincent Marsh is 12th. Doug Shears, Anthony Notter, Kenny McCrory, Martin Zakala, and Arnold Columbia will be looking to try and get their way into the top 12 here today. 37 laps here at Darlington Raceway. Anything can happen. Buckle up tight as we get set. Philip Stiller and John Dillon get us underway here at Darlington for the Salute to Amp 88 Godale 400. Into turn 1 they go. And how about John Dillon? That was a veteran move. Pulling right down to the inside, right behind Philip Stiller, the leader. Of course, John Dillon being offered that ride by Richard Childress Racing after his win as champion in the Craftsman Cars Series over at NASCAR Stop Motion Guys channel. He did it in an amazing fashion, and so therefore that talent was wanted over here, and the ride was given to number 27, and he's looking to the inside here of Philip Stiller already. Can he get alongside? He's got a nose to the inside. John Dillon, oh, Stiller into the wall. We're going to see that a lot today. Don't be surprised by that. This is Darlington. You can't come to Darlington without having a Darlington stripe. So John Dillon, in his second start in the NNSCRA and the MCG MRS, he is out in front here with Ben Stern directly behind him. Patrick Scroggins, he's back there in third, and here comes Ben Stern. Ben Stern, the highest qualifier. Oh, Dillon scrapes the wall just a tad. Doesn't really hurt the race car at all. It just slows your momentum, and he's going to lose the lead to Ben Stern. But Ben Stern, as I mentioned, he comes in 6th in the standings. A lot of people haven't really noticed Ben Stern, but he's been doing a very good job in that Blue Deuce. He ended up having a great run, I remember, at Texas when he had Gunsmoke sponsoring him that time. So he's obviously been putting together some good consistent finishes and been picking his way up. Oh, wow! James Bald back there hit the wall a ton. And I believe Alex Filter has moved up to 3rd all of a sudden. Filter, he's 28th in the standings. He's not really in danger of falling outside the top 35, but he's been talking about the fact that really he needs to have something good happen to that race team. He has really been struggling, really having a hard time of it, and he wants something to change here coming towards the All-Star race break. It's still Ben Stern, John Dillon, and let's take a look through the field, see where some of the other drivers are running. It's Stern and John Dillon right there in 2nd. Alex Filter is in 3rd. James Bald, even though he slapped the wall, he still is in 4th. Here's a good battle. Let's take a look at this battle for 5th. Scroggins, Mark George, Logan Wilson sliding by. Ooh, Timmy Pacioli slides by as well. Philip Stiller gets by. Now here's John Worry. This would be a battle, I believe, for the 10th position. Worry gets by. Scroggins in a free fall as Daniel Schwab passes him. Same will be said for Anthony Notter. Here comes Anthony McCrory. McCrory actually is running in the 13th position right now, and he is 10th in the standings. This has been a bit of a silent type. He's started down around the 20th. Oh, contact! We just saw that happen. Him and Patrick Scroggins. And the caution is out. Oh, Brian Fleener. Noel Stiller second in the standings. Chad Skinner, last week's winner. Steve Marsh, Jake Cole, Noah Cars, Scroggins flipping. A huge wreck here. On lap 7, Steve Marsh, Noel Stiller, Chad Skinner, Patrick Scroggins, Adam Chambers is in it. Nick Eggleston, Brian Fleener, heavy damage. Sean Galligan has also gotten a piece of it. Chad Skinner, Noah Cars, they were on pit road. Anthony McCrory, we saw it all happen, folks. Wyatt Johnston's got some damage. I don't know if he was involved. Trying to look through here and see who else was involved, but a big wreck. That involved a lot of race cars. I'm trying to get a tally, about 10 race cars it looks like. Ben Stern's the leader. Let's go back and see why we're under the caution flag here on lap 8. We were just talking about Anthony McCrory and the great runs he's been having, and look at this. Oh, boy, he just went up the racetrack, I think, and collected Patrick Scroggins. And around he goes, and oh boy, and then here's where the hard licks are going to start to come into play. As you see some cars able to get by on the low side, but it's not going to last very long as McCrory's going to come down the racetrack. Scroggins comes down the racetrack, and there's Fleener. He gets his damage. Noel Stiller. Here comes Chad Skinner into the picture. Wow, that's a hard lick. There's where Chambers sustains his damage. I don't know if you can see them all here, but I know Galligan was involved there. Scroggins is flipping. Steve Marsh is flipping. Brian Fleener then comes down the racetrack. Chambers hits again. Wow, Steve Marsh is flying. He's barrel rolling like crazy. You see him over on the left side of your screen. That's the Ream Chevrolet of Steve Marsh. And a lot of cars involved there. Nick Eggleston got a piece of it. Kenny McCrory, I think, made it through. as did Arnold Columbia. There you see Angel D'Souza and Vincent Marsh up on the high side. They're scraping the wall, but they're making it past. But we're under the caution flag here. Several cars involved. We'll tally up who's gone to the garage area in just a moment. As you can see, the caution lights on the pace car are still on. We'll see if when they cross the stripe next time by, if we'll have the signal 1 to go, as we are currently on lap 10 of 37. Ben Stern is the leader. Second now is John Dillon. Third is Alex Filter. Cars that are out of the race as a result of this, probably the biggest hit going to Noel Stiller. He came in 5 points behind Lisa Shears, as we mentioned. He is out of this race. Also out are the cars of Anthony McCrory, Patrick Scroggins, Brian Fleener, Sean Galligan. Last week's winner, Chad Skinner. Adam Chambers is out. Steve Marsh has taken his car back to the garage area. Also, Nick Eggleston and Noah Kars, who came in 5th in the standings, has also taken his race car back into the garage area as well. I'm taking and looking at the point standings here. 4 of the top 10 in points involved in this wreck. Noel Stiller, Noah Kars, Adam Chambers, and Anthony McCrory. So another bullet. Boy, it seems like everything seems to go Lisa Shears' way. She ends up having a bad day, and everybody else that seems to be in striking distance ends up with problems happening to them as well. Right now, Lisa Shears is currently running, let's see where she is, the 64 car currently running in the 23rd position. Now, the closest to her at this moment, with Noel Stiller out of the race, is Christian Janes. He runs in 13th. And 4th in the standings right now is Matt Smith. Let's see where the 00 is running. He is 17th. So right now they are ahead of Lisa Shears. However, both of them are about 33 points behind Lisa Shears for the points lead. So the question remains, will anything happen to Lisa Shears today, or will she dodge yet another bullet here at Darlington? You know, it seemed like last week at Infineon, Lisa Shears got spun out 2 or 3 times, and it seemed like maybe we would have a new points leader when we left. Even with Noel Stiller's great finish, he could not take the points lead, and so Lisa Shears really has been doing quite a good job here, and you know, I think females are starting to show and flex some muscle here in these series. Lisa Shears still out in front in the points, and just recently in the Craftsman Car Series Season 2 Budweiser Shootout, Angel D'Souza went to victory lane there. So obviously there's something going on here where the women are starting to show that they can race in these series. Green flag back in the air now on lap 12 of 37. We've got a total of 25 laps to go. James Bald and Mark George, they are the rest of the top 5 behind Ben Stern, John Dillon, and Alex Filter. Well, right now they're all remaining single file, no double file racing yet. Here we go. Filter's going to get to the inside of John Dillon. That's a battle for second. Wouldn't it help Alex Filter's momentum to get a win here today? Filter comes into this race all the way down in 28th in the standings, but for the last few races we have actually seen a driver that's not exactly doing so well in the point standings go to victory lane, and that could happen here today. Mark George, he's right there in the 3rd position now. Mark George comes into this race currently in the 27th position, 1 spot just ahead of Alex Filter. And Timmy Pacioli, he's right there. He's 9th in the standings, so he's looking for a good points day as well. But Ben Stern continues to lead. Alex Filter with 2nd. Mark George tries to get to the inside, cannot. That's a good battle. Let's go back to that battle for 2nd between Alex Filter, Mark George, and Timmy Pacioli starting to get into the mix as well.